guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. So today I wanted to kind of redo my planner setup a little bit. I'm going to be refreshing and renewing some of my inserts, taking out old inserts and switching agendas. So I wanted to show you guys what I'm going to do to refresh and renew my agenda to make me more motivated to use it, to feel more organized, and to give my planner a more minimal look. So I'm going to be taking out a lot of items in my current planner system, including inserts and dividers and all sorts of things, and transition into a more minimal style. But before I transform my agenda, I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. If you guys haven't heard me talk about Skillshare yet, it's an awesome online learning community, and they have thousands of different classes among multiple different topics like photography, graphic design, business, marketing, and so much more. It's curated specifically for learning, so there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes. I know a lot of you guys have your own businesses and use Instagram as a marketing tool or a way to share your story. So I wanted to recommend a class that I think would be really interesting and beneficial to you guys, which is the Video for Instagram Telling an Engaging Story in Less Than a Minute. This class is taught by Halise, who is a digital storyteller and video producer. You'll learn everything from finding inspiration to jump cuts to including text and graphics and all of those other details that'll make your video stand out. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. So I'm going to be switching into a new planner, and along the way I'll just throw out some tips that you guys might want to try to slim down your agenda or make it work better for you if you're having the same issues that I was. So here I'm just removing some of the cards and stickers that I'd collected in this agenda. One of the reasons I loved this planner was because it had tons of card space and pockets and really big rings. I'm also going to be removing my decorative dashboards or any other decorative elements that aren't a necessity in my planner. Okay, so here is the inside of the Calypso. It has 6 card slot pockets and a vertical pocket, and then the back of the agenda has a long zip pocket. So whatever I can fit in those pockets, I'll be able to keep in my agenda, but I won't be able to keep a lot of the extra stickers and stencils and sticky notes and page flags that I was keeping in my planner, so I'm gonna really slim down and try to only keep what I need. Okay, so let's just walk through the layout and I'll explain what I decided to keep and why. Okay, so starting with the front cover, I just have a very simple pen in here. This is from Salty22, which is a shop that I found on Instagram, and I really liked her pen selection. There are 6 card slot pockets, so I just have a few things in those. On the top row, I have 2 of my task cards and some little mini circle sticky notes from Mochi things that I like to use for tentative planning. And then on this bottom row down here, I just have my most used stickers. So these are from Paper Panda and Infinite Lotus. So moving on to the contents of the planner, the first thing I have in my agenda is a sheet of just kind of like plastic. I got this off of Amazon and I punched it to fit in my planner. My paper cutter and hole punch are linked in my Amazon storefront, so I'll leave a link for that if you guys want to see some of the tools that I use. And I'm using this as kind of just a front dashboard slash inbox. So if I have any upcoming notes, if I'm making appointments really quick, I'll just jot them down on a sticky note and add them right to the front of my planner. And then I'll either complete the task later, revisit it, follow up with it, or schedule it into my planner later. Next, I just have a plastic folder, and on top of the folder, I popped on an adhesive pocket, but I just have a card in here that I reference often for my work tasks. And I like to have this in the front of my planner in case I have any receipts or anything that's important that I want to hold on to and I might not be able to file it away at that moment. I'll just go ahead and throw it in this folder, and then I'll deal with it later. But this is kind of my designated space for notes or lists or receipts or anything that I want to hold on to. And then this right here is the only decorative element that I have in this agenda, and it's just a cover page that I made using my logo, the year, and a little saying that I like. So I just have this in the front of my planner so I can kind of see it when I open up. And then after that, I just have a plastic card holder. This was from Foxy Fix. They are discontinued, but they might have these on Amazon or other places. But in here, I just have a few different cards, and these are all like work related, and then this is for my taxes. On the back, I also have one of my business cards, some extra task cards, and then my color coding key, which I use in my finance section. I did add some dividers. These are from Infinite Lotus, and I really like these dividers because they're a lot thinner. So not as thick as like the plastic frosted dividers that I usually use, so they don't add any bulk to your agenda. In my schedule section, I have 3 top tab dividers, and this is where I'm keeping my quarterly overview, my monthly overview, and my weekly spread. So my quarterly overview is from Elamon Paper Co. This is the same system that I've been using for a while now, so nothing has changed here. I've just moved it to my new agenda. I did remove some of the sticky notes that I had on there just to refresh that section a little bit. Those dates had already passed, so I just removed those sticky notes, but I do have future sticky notes that I'm gonna keep on the inserts just in case I need to change something later. The second top tab has my monthly overviews. Nothing has really changed here either, although I did purchase the new Infinite Lotus monthly overviews, which I'm really excited about. There's just a few minor tweaks to the layout, and they are a little bit more condensed. Before, you would have your monthly overview on one page, and then when you turn the page over, you would have a bucket list and notes, and then the next month would be on the following page, on a separate page. But the new design has all of your information on one page, and the back of the insert has no bucket list or notes or anything like that. It just goes straight into the next month. So it cuts the amount of paper in your monthly section down a little bit. So I'm really excited to try those out. And my third top tab is for my weekly section, and this is where I made some major changes. I used to have a ton of different weekly inserts in my planner. I had a weekly overview from Infinite Lotus, and then I've been using these week on 2-page lined inserts from Infinite Lotus as well, and I have them both dated. So I was going back and forth and using one or the other, and then I had a few other weekly undated inserts that I was kind of mixing in depending on what I had going on for the week. And when I'm super busy and I want to plan things out in a specific way, sometimes those work really well for me. But right now, I wanted to switch back to have just one weekly spread. So these inserts have a week on 2 pages, and they're lined, so they're really great for like bullet points and checklists. And you have Monday through Thursday on the left-hand side of the page, and then on the other page you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and a spot for memos or notes. So this was kind of the biggest change to the actual function of the planner. So instead of having multiple weeklies, I now only have one, so I'll have all of my weekly plans condensed into one section. And I'm hoping this will help me keep all of my plans in one place and feel a little bit more organized. So after the schedule section is the plans section, and this is where I have my daily inserts. So before I had my daily inserts kind of grouped in with all of my other calendar inserts. Now I have a separate divider just for daily plans. And I'm using the Infinite Lotus daily plan inserts. And the first page in this section is kind of my ideal daily outline. So I just used my label maker to print some labels and kind of plan out my ideal day down to the hour. So this is kind of a rough guide of how most days should go. And then if I have a specific day I want to plan, I can just use a blank daily page and plan out my day. But I did this so I could quickly glance at my daily schedule and just kind of make sure I'm on track with things. And then if I have specific tasks throughout the week, those will go in my weekly section, but I always have kind of an outline of what needs to get done on a daily basis. The next section is my finance section, and nothing in this section changed. I just moved it over from my previous planner into the new planner. And this section has always been super minimal and very functional for me, so I didn't really want to make any changes here. In my finance section, I'm still using the 2021 Business Finance Bundle that I created with Elamon Paper Co. And then I'm also using the Infinite Lotus yearly bills and a couple of other Infinite Lotus inserts to track expenses and online orders. And finally, the last 3 sections of my planner just have blank notes paper. I removed all of my other notes and lists that were previously in the other agenda, and I don't need them anymore, so I got rid of them, and I'm starting fresh with some new inserts. So I'm using the master lists in the project section, and I like using these inserts for small projects because you can plan out a few different things on one page. So for example, if I'm planning out a few different small home projects, I can just go ahead and plan them on one page, and I don't have to waste multiple pages because usually those won't take up a full insert. They're just a half or a quarter of the insert. So that is what I use these for. And I thought about moving all of my goal planning pages into this agenda, but I want to start fresh. I have other goal planning spreads that I have in my journal and in other places, so I wanted to keep this very minimal and very kind of professional since I am going to be using this for work. So I decided to keep this section clear, but I do have some master list inserts in this section as well, so I can use this section for inspiration if I'm working on a specific project or specific campaign. I can go ahead and start listing ideas and things like that in this section. And finally, the miscellaneous section just has grid notes from Infinite Lotus. In the previous planner, I had about 4 or 5 different note inserts just in case I wanted to use one of them. But I found that the grid inserts from Infinite Lotus are by far my favorite note inserts, so I just have a couple sheets of those in this planner instead of a bunch of different styles. So now I just have one style that I can use, and if I need more, I can refill them at a different time. And then I just have a page lifter to protect my pages, and then the back zipper pocket has a little tab that's sticking out, and that's just where I'm going to be putting all of my appointment cards. So anytime I get an appointment card from the doctor or the dentist, I'm just going to keep them in this back pocket. That way I know where they are and I have a safe place to store them. But that is my new refreshed planner system, and I'm really happy. I feel so much better now that it's clean. It has fresh inserts. I removed all of my old spreads. I took out tons of stickers. I rearranged my inserts and condensed a lot of my sections to be slimmer, more compact, more functional, and more straight to the point, which hopefully will help me focus and be more productive in my planning. But I hope you guys found this video somewhat helpful if you are struggling with the same thing, if you weren't using your planner as functionally as you can. Sometimes it helps to go back to the basics and build up and add in a little bit of decor wherever you see fit. If you guys have any tips or strategies that you use to refresh or renew your planner system, let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.